What's up, guys? It's Cassie and Sara, and today we're talking about the true story of Bloody Mary.
So if you like watching murder mysteries, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep on watching. Standing in a dark bathroom illuminated by a single candle, you simply look into the mirror and chant her name 3 times. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. A ghost is then said to appear, sometimes holding a dead baby, other times promising to come after yours. While the folklore may be fabricated, the woman behind the mirror in the story of Bloody Mary was as real as can be, and a royal figure at that. The origin of the Bloody Mary story lies with Queen Mary, the first Queen of England. Since her teen years, Mary had been plagued with terrible menstrual pains and irregularity in her cycles, which would be attributed to her eventual physical and psychological stress later in life. She was also known to be struck with deep and frequent periods of melancholia, depressive spells which would stay with her throughout her relatively short life. Despite all the odds and afflictions stacked against her, Mary did eventually take the throne in 1553 at the age of 37 and promptly married Philip of Spain in the hopes of conceiving an heir. It's here where the origin of the Bloody Mary legend begins to take shape. Starved for love and forever seeking the approval of her father, Mary would replay this codependent pattern with her new husband, whom she was ready to lavish all her frustrated emotions on. 10 years her junior, in no way as excited to reciprocate her amorous feelings, Philip fulfilled the negotiated duties expected of a royal marriage, and 2 months later Mary's greatest wish came true. She was with child. Despite displaying the usual symptoms of pregnancy, including a swelling of the breast and an ever-growing abdomen, the public remained suspicious of the Queen's recent good fortune, and it didn't take long for rumors of a false pregnancy to start spreading. In a time without pregnancy tests in which doctors could not examine a sitting monarch, only time would tell if these rumors bore any truth. Until then, the people of England and Spain kept tabs on Mary with a watchful eye, and so they waited. In customary fashion, Mary went into a private chamber where she was confined for 6 weeks before her expected due date on May 9th. Although the big day arrived, the baby didn't, and both she and the servants around her proposed that perhaps a miscalculation of delivery dates was to blame, now setting on a new one in June, a month later. False reports almost immediately spread across the country. However, with some claiming their queen had delivered a boy, and others stating she had simply died in childbirth, or that her swollen midsection were symptomatic of a tumor, rather than a pregnancy. Despite the world of gossip growing around her, one thing could be confirmed. Around late May, Mary's belly began to shrink. Unable to explain or understand what was happening to her body, she continued to wait as those around her slowly lost hope. June and July came and went as her doctors extended the birth date even further. By August, Mary finally left the confines of her chamber, childless and alone like never before. She believed that God was punishing her for failing in a mission she set out to achieve just months earlier. At the time of Mary's pregnancy, the people of England were divided between Protestants and Catholics. Mary, determined to unite her people under true religion of the land, took action by signing an act shortly before Christmas in 1554 that would result in the Marian persecutions, in which an estimated 240 men and 60 women were sentenced as Protestants and burned at the stake, earning her the name Bloody Mary forevermore.
I guess I've never really heard the true story of Bloody Mary.
I know. I was doing the research and I was like, real? So this is what happened? Like, I just thought...
I don't know what I thought.
I don't know either. I was just like, I thought it was just something bad happened to a lady and now she's just gonna...
Yeah, I don't know. The story of Bloody Mary I find really sad. Actually, she wanted to be loved so bad because her father didn't show it, so she wanted her husband to love her. He didn't give a crap.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm just gonna fulfill my duties.
Literally.
Because,
give you children and that's it, basically.
Like, I don't even think he wanted to, but I think he just wanted to be...
a good king.
A royal.
Yeah.
Live the life. And
then, she thought she was pregnant. I can't even imagine. You think that you're pregnant and then the baby just never comes.
Yeah. God, I'd be devastated. You're showing the signs your stomach is growing,
and they don't have the technology to tell you yes, you're pregnant, or if it's a tumor.
And they said they couldn't examine a sitting monarch. What?
Why? What does that even mean?
If she wasn't queen yet or whatever.
But out of all the
would
people
be
to
able to?
examine, why wouldn't you examine the queen?
I know. She burned people at the stake, earning her.
Yeah, that's
her
how
name.
she got her name. Is she?
Which I've just all of the things like I have like did here. I wouldn't have thought like getting burned at the stake would be what got her
name. But like, I mean, if she's like massacring a bunch of people,
I just would find it much more gorier to give her the name Bloody Mary. Like, I just think
you would think it'd be something crazier.
Blood everywhere.
But I guess like, technically it would have been. Well, they're burned at the stake.
They're burned at the stake.
True. So there's not really any blood. I don't know.
But yeah, but I'm just picturing her there just like covered in blood, just like from the people she's killed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but no.
Oh, weird. So we know we already said this, but we just want you guys to make sure you subscribe to our video because it really helps us to know if you like it, and we know that a ton of you who are watching our videos aren't subscribing. We can see that, so we do know. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe down below. Back to you, Sarah.
To this day, the tale of Bloody Mary, Queen of England, remains one of the most infamous cases of supposed pseudocyesis, or phantom pregnancy. A rare and mysterious condition, pseudocyesis occurs, to put it simply, when a person who is so determined to become pregnant actually tricks their own body into believing that it is. Hence the appearance of physical symptoms and even a discontinuation of the menstrual cycle. Another possibility in Mary's case could be endometrial hyperplasia, often a precursor to uterine cancer, which can be backed by reports of Mary's low appetite and a long life history of menstrual irregularity. Years later, Mary announced herself pregnant again, although this time even her own husband remained unconvinced. Assured by the signs of pregnancy, she was later confirmed to have entered menopause, and yet again did not deliver a baby. She died the next year at the age of 42, presumably of uterine or ovarian cancer. Her name can still be heard today chanted by children in dark bathroom mirrors all over the world, hoping for a terrifying glimpse of the ghost with no understanding of the real story of Bloody Mary.
They call her condition like phantom pregnancy because her body is showing signs that she's pregnant, but she really isn't. And that she could be, like, tricking her body into thinking, which is nuts. Like, how...
It's like, if you want a baby, like, so bad, which I feel like would happen, because she was, like, what, 42?
When she died, 42. She was 42, but...
She was 37. Like, I feel like once you get, like, past, like, 35, and...
It can be harder to have children.
It can be harder to have children, and some women, you know, who haven't met Mr. Right or haven't had time or whatever might feel... like, oh crap, and they're like, I want one.
Yeah. Again, she thinks that she's pregnant. She must have had all the signs again.
And her husband this time he's not convinced.
No, he's like, no. Which, to me, is like so sad, because like, she wants to be loved by him. She wants a child so bad. And he probably is like, I don't think you're really pregnant. Like,
I mean.
You know what I mean? Like
it also, like... Maybe they had, like, I feel like they tried, okay, I feel like he wouldn't touch her again for a while, so he must have, like, maybe once or something. I feel
maybe,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, that's just me thinking, like, with the way he's, like, treating her and the way he's acting, I feel like he wouldn't
I think that
touch
for,
her.
like, back during that time, like, if you weren't able to give, like, an heir, they kind of were like, okay. That's it. I don't know how many chances they gave you before. It's weird to me that, like, this story has turned into, like, kids standing in the dark bathroom.
I mean,
like...
did you do it?
No.
I did.
Like, I don't think I did. I don't know. But, like...
But I think I was, like, 12 or 11 or 12 when I did that.
But, like, isn't it weird to get, like, that game from this story? Like... Wouldn't you think it'd be, again, how we talked about, much more, like, gory and, like, creepier? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like, it's kind of weird how it matches up, but I think it's interesting to see, like, the real story.
The real story, like, it's so different from what we thought.
Yeah.
I was just like, huh. You know, like, how kids are, like, ring around the rosy.
Yeah, which is, like, gross, too.
I'm like, and our parents would sing that
because there's, like, so many things that people, like, don't realize the true stories. Have you ever seen, like, there's a book about the true stories of fairy tales, They're not anything like...
Yeah,
I think we learned about it in school, didn't we? Yeah, they're nothing like our actual fairy tales. They're like psycho. Like,
Alice in Wonderland.
yeah, this is girls tripping on drugs.
Tripping on drugs. She was like schizophrenic or something.
Yeah, and then there's like the 2 twins that got eaten.
Jack and Jill.
No.
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, like, it basically just about cannibalism and stuff like that, which is crazy how we, like, as humans, like, change things to, like, fit what we want it to. Same with, like, this story. It's
an interesting story.
Very interesting. I actually really like this. It's not like our normal stuff. Like, usually we're talking about someone shooting somebody or stabbing somebody or, like, all these murders.
Cutting people up.
But, yeah, we really wanted to do this because it's a little bit different from what we normally do, but it's also still interesting. So if you like this video, make sure you let us know because we want to do other types of, like, myths or legends. And kind of just talk about those because they're still interesting. So let us know down below if you like this and what other ones you might want us to do.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yes, we know we said it like how many times already? Twice. We know it's a lot.
This is the third time, but we're putting it out there.
Because so many people that watch our videos aren't subscribed, and it really helps us if you subscribe. So make sure you go do that before you leave.
Yes, and turn on your post notifications. Hit that like button.
Make sure you check out all of our social media down in the description below. We will see you guys next Friday. Peace!